Imagine opening your eyes. The room is dark, the air is stale, and the first sensation that hits your conscious mind is a heavy, crushing weight pressing down on your chest. It's not a physical object, it's the dread of the day. You reach out, your hand fumbling in the darkness, seeking the cold, glowing comfort of your smartphone. The screen blinds you for a second, a harsh blue light that sears your retinas, but you don't look away. You start scrolling. One video, two videos, a notification from a group chat, an email you definitely don't want to read. You haven't even left the warmth of your sheets, and you are already exhausted. This is the ritual. This is the morning ceremony of the modern human. You drag yourself out of bed, feeling like you've gone 12 rounds with a heavyweight boxer, despite having slept for 8 hours. You shuffle to the kitchen, a zombie in pajama pants, desperate for that bean juice to jumpstart your heart. You tell yourself that once the caffeine hits, you'll be fine. But you're not fine. You're never really fine. You are perpetually running on low power mode, dimming your screen to save battery, but the percentage keeps dropping anyway. You walk through your day in a fog. You sit at your desk or in your classroom, and your brain feels like it's stuffed with cotton wool. You try to focus, to get that work done, to write that essay, to build that business, but your mind keeps slipping off the rails like a car with bad alignment. You find yourself staring at the wall, or worse, back on your phone, seeking another hit of digital sugar. You feel weak. You feel unmotivated. You look at other people, those annoying morning people who go for runs at 5 a.m. and drink green smoothies, and you wonder what kind of alien biology they possess. You think there must be something wrong with you. You Google your symptoms. You convince yourself you have a thyroid issue, or a vitamin deficiency, or a rare tropical disease. You are looking for a medical excuse, a label that explains why you feel like an NPC in your own life. You want a doctor to hand you a pill and say, "Take this, and you'll have main character energy again." But deep down, in the quiet moments before you fall asleep, you know that's not it. You know exactly what the problem is, even if you're too scared to admit it to yourself. Here is the hard truth, and I am going to say it with love, but it's going to sting a little. You are not tired because you are physically exhausted. You are tired because you are bored, you are uninspired, and your biology is fundamentally confused by the way you are living. You are treating your body like a trash can and expecting it to perform like a Ferrari. You are flooding your engine with sludge and wondering why you can't hit top speed. You have normalized lethargy. You wear your exhaustion like a badge of honor, competing with your friends to see who slept less, who is more stressed, who is more cooked. You have built an identity around being the tired one. You say things like, "I'm just not a morning person," or "I need my 3 hours of rot time." You are gaslighting yourself into mediocrity. The reality is that your body is a machine designed for movement, for hunting, for building, for survival. When you sit in a chair for 12 hours a day, bathed in artificial light, consuming processed garbage and hyper-stimulating content, your body receives a signal. That signal says, "The hunt is over. We are safe. We don't need energy. Shut down." Let's break this down with some simple science so you understand the mechanics of your own misery. It starts with dopamine. You've heard the word, but you don't understand the weapon. Dopamine is not just the pleasure chemical, it is the molecule of more. It drives you to seek, to acquire, to do. In the wild, dopamine made you chase a gazelle for 10 miles. Today, you get that same dopamine spike by swiping your thumb 1 inch on a glass screen. When you wake up and immediately scroll through TikTok or Instagram, you are flooding your brain with free, unearned dopamine. You haven't done anything. You haven't brushed your teeth, made your bed, or even stretched, but your brain thinks you've just won the lottery. This fries your dopamine receptors. It sets the baseline for stimulation so high that normal life, reading a book, working on a project, Having a conversation feels incredibly boring and draining by comparison. You are starting your day with a dopamine crash, and you spend the rest of the hours chasing that initial high, leaving you feeling hollow and fatigued. Then there is cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol gets a bad rap, but you actually need it. You need a spike of cortisol in the morning to wake you up and get you moving. It's nature's alarm clock. But when you look at your phone first thing, you aren't getting a healthy wake-up signal. You are getting a panic signal. You see a stressful news headline, a text from your ex, or a video of someone living a better life than you, and your brain interprets this as a threat. You trigger a fight-or-flight response while you are still lying under a duvet. This chronic, low-level stress simmers in your background all day, eating away at your energy reserves. It's like leaving apps running in the background of your phone. You might not see them, but they are draining your battery life to zero. Finally, we have to talk about neuroplasticity. This is your brain's ability to rewire itself based on what you do repeatedly. If you repeatedly practice being lazy, distracted, and tired, your brain will physically change its structure to become better at being lazy, distracted, and tired. You are literally hardwiring fatigue into your neural pathways. You have practiced being tired so often that you are now a grand master at it. But this is where the magic happens. This is the moment where we flip the script. If neuroplasticity got you into this mess, it can get you out of it. You have to do an identity shift. You have to stop telling yourself the story that you are a tired person. Words are spells. That's why they call it spelling. When you say, "I am tired," you are giving your brain a command to lower your energy levels. You need to kill that version of you. That version of you is dead. The new you is an energy generator. You need to understand that energy is not something you receive. It is something you create. You don't get energy to do the work. You do the work to create energy. The law of physics states that an object in motion stays in motion. If you are sedentary, you will remain sedentary. If you start moving, the energy will follow. You are not a battery that runs out. You are a dynamo that charges up the faster it spins. You have to decide right now that you are done living life at 10% capacity. You are done seeing the world through a gray filter. You are reclaiming your vitality. So, how do we actually do this? How do we rewrite the code? We need a protocol. We are going to implement a simple, non-negotiable action plan. I don't want you to try this. I want you to do this. This is not a suggestion. This is a prescription for your survival. Step 1 is light. Light is the signal that tells your biological clock, your circadian rhythm, that the game has started. Within 10 minutes of waking up, you need to get natural sunlight in your eyes. Not through a window, not through sunglasses. Go outside. If it's cloudy, stay out there longer. This sunlight hits the back of your eye and signals your brain to clear out adenosine, the chemical that makes you feel sleepy, and sets a timer for melatonin release 12 hours later so you can actually sleep at night. If you miss this step, you are chemically out of sync with the planet. You are fighting the sun, and the sun will always win. Step 2 is the dopamine detox. For the first hour of your day, your phone is lava. Do not touch it. Do not look at it. Do not let the digital world vomit its chaos into your sacred morning mind. This will be painful. You will feel the itch. You will feel the phantom vibration in your pocket. That is the addiction leaving your body. By denying yourself that cheap, easy dopamine, you preserve your motivation for the hard things. You force your brain to seek satisfaction from real-world accomplishments. Make your bed. Drink water. Do 10 push-ups. Get your dopamine from action, not from consumption. This singular habit will reclaim hours of mental clarity that you are currently flushing down the toilet of the internet. Step 3 is simply movement. You don't need to run a marathon, but you need to elevate your heart rate. When you feel that afternoon slump, that heaviness behind the eyes, your instinct is to lie down or drink more coffee. Do the opposite. Your body is trying to conserve energy because it thinks you are stagnant. You need to prove it wrong. Drop down and do 20 squats. Go for a brisk walk. Sprint up a flight of stairs. Force oxygen into your blood. You will be shocked at how quickly the fog lifts when you demand performance from your physiology. Biology follows behavior. If you act like an energetic person, your biology will scramble to provide the fuel you need. Step 4 involves fueling the machine properly. Most of you are riding a glucose roller coaster that would make a toddler sick. You eat a high-sugar, high-carb breakfast, cereal, bagels, pastries, and your blood sugar spikes to the moon. You feel great for 30 minutes. Then, inevitably, you crash. Your insulin spikes, your blood sugar plummets, and your brain goes into starvation mode. You get brain fog, irritability, and the shakes. You need to stabilize. Switch to a high-protein, high-fat breakfast. Eggs, avocados, Greek yogurt. Give your body slow-burning fuel, like a log on a fire, rather than the gasoline explosion of sugar. And for the love of everything holy, drink water. You are essentially a houseplant with complicated emotions. If you are dehydrated, your blood volume drops, your heart has to work harder, and you feel tired. Drink a glass of water before you drink your coffee. It is that simple. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a second. I want you to visualize your future self 6 months from now, provided you stick to this protocol. Imagine waking up before the alarm goes off. The room is cool. You open your eyes and there is no dread. There is no heavy weight on your chest. There is only a quiet, humming excitement for the day ahead. You feel light. You feel sharp. Your mind is a laser cutting through tasks that used to take you days in a matter of hours. You look in the mirror and the dark circles are gone. Your skin is clear. Your posture is upright, not hunched over like a gargoyle. You walk into a room and you have a presence. People notice it. They can feel the vibration of your energy. You are no longer the person who flakes on plans because they're too tired. You are the person who drives the adventure. You are the protagonist. You have hobbies again. You have passion again. You remember what it feels like to be truly, vibrantly alive. This version of you is waiting. It is standing right there, just across the chasm of your current habits, extending a hand. You have a choice to make today. You can click off this video, tell yourself that this is too hard, that you'll start tomorrow, and go back to scrolling. You can go back to the gray, fuzzy comfort of your exhaustion. It's safe there. Nothing is expected of you there. Or you can wake up. I mean really wake up. The world is desperate for people who are alive. The world is built by people who have energy. The businesses, the art, the relationships, the revolutions, they are all fueled by the fire of human vitality. You have that fire inside you, but it is buried under layers of cheap dopamine and bad habits. It is time to dig it out. It is time to stop sleepwalking toward your grave. You only get one shot at this life, one rotation on this rock. Do you really want to spend it feeling like you're buffering? The science is simple. The path is clear. The only variable left is you. Stop negotiating with your weakness. Stop coddling your lethargy. Stand up. Go outside. Move your body. Reclaim your mind. You are not tired. You are just uninspired. And the cure for that is action. If you are ready to stop being a zombie and start being a legend, then this is your moment. Don't just watch this and nod your head. Do something about it. Change the narrative. Rewrite the code. If you're ready to commit to the new you, hit that subscribe button, not just for the algorithm, but as a contract with yourself that you are done sleeping through your own life. Get up, get moving, and go get what is yours.